all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Right? So in the flinch is when you have to make that mental decision. Am I going to ease back into the comfort of knowing I'm going to get a paycheck from here and live my life around that? Or was I ready to just say, here we go?
Thanks for watching American Trade, where we share the stories of entrepreneurs. We all know how challenging it can be to find a job, especially the right one. Finding a job is literally a job, just without the pay. But it's not just us. Employers are also going crazy trying to find qualified people to join their organizations. Both sides are in luck. I recently met an entrepreneur who saw the situation and decided to open a recruiting firm to help both sides find each other. That crafty entrepreneur is Taylor Evans, the founder and president of Rust Belt Recruiting. It's their job to find jobs and people, and they don't miss.
I'm Taylor Evans, and I'm with Rust Belt Recruiting.
Taylor, what product or service does Rust Belt Recruiting provide?
So we provide recruiting and staffing services to manufacturers around the Great Lakes region.
We are a manufacturing and skilled trades recruiting firm, a little over 3 years old now. Really built the business surrounding the skilled workforce, so welders, maintenance technicians, CNC programmers, really anything on the shop floor from a skilled perspective. We've obviously grown over the past year or so to encompass more engineering positions, professional level searches, up to operations and management level searches as well.
Why did you start this type of business?
Well, the literal fact is that we found out my wife was pregnant on a Thursday night, and on that same night she encouraged me to quit my job, put in my 2 weeks notice, and let's pursue a business. So we weren't quite sure what it was gonna be. We had some ideas, but we knew that entrepreneurship was going to be a key part of my future, our future. And so we made that jump, put in the notice the next day, and 2 weeks later we began figuring it out. And for me, I had previously worked for a manufacturer, and after that, my last job was working for a recruiting company. And it quickly revealed itself that there was so much need in the skilled trades. You can pick up a news publication any day of the week and see and read about the shortage, or go talk to someone in manufacturing about the shortage of skilled workforce. And so from a survival standpoint, which I think when you're an entrepreneur just getting started, you ask yourself, supply and demand. Well, there's a lot of need for skilled people, and my rationale was if my business can become an invaluable resource in regards to skilled workforce, we're going to be able to stick around.
So what makes Rust Belt, I think, different, and what makes us special in the space that we play in, is just our commitment to our professional workmanship and providing our clients with the best possible candidate that we can.
In regard to starting your business, what gave you the confidence? I know you mentioned the conversation you had with your wife, but the conversation is one thing, but what was it to say, hey, I can do this?
A little bit of insanity. Maybe naivete to not know what a road it would be. I think there has to also be a blind faith that I am capable of doing this, especially when it's your first go around. If you've started other businesses before, if you've built organizations or been in an upper management role where you've really proven to yourself you can do it anyway, I think that's different. For me, it was a leap of faith. So I would say leap of faith might be the more fitting word for confidence in this situation. But I just had to go for it, right? At the end of the day, I would not have been as happy or who I am if I didn't make this jump. This is what I truly believe I was meant to do with my career, was to be an entrepreneur and build an organization and cast a vision and get good people around me to then fulfill the vision, because it's not something I can do on my own either.
What does it take to build a business from the ground up as you have?
It takes a lot of passion, it takes a lot of energy, and it really just takes a desire to just do good work. I don't know, like keeping it that simple is come in and chase your dream and just trust, like the saying goes, shoot for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. Right? Like, that's what we're doing right now. We're every day, I don't know where this road is gonna take us, and if the road ends, I'll be so grateful for the journey, not the destination. It takes just doing it, but that's the greatest reward, is seeing other people's lives impacted by your work on a daily basis, be it your internal team or certainly the people that we help find the next step in their career.
Sometimes, I may hear where, someone will say, oh, that guy got lucky, oh, Taylor got lucky, he didn't, and it's like, well, you've only seen kind of the top portion of the iceberg.
Everyone sees the good stuff.
Right.
I love the saying, luck is when opportunity and preparation collide. That's what luck is. To say one got lucky, well, were they in a position to get lucky? Right. Did they put themselves, even if it's a lottery ticket, right?
Got to play at least. Right?
You gotta go buy the ticket to win.
Get it.
Right? They put themselves in a position to succeed. This isn't an endorsement for the lottery, but it's the same thing, right?
Yes,
so we've built an organization. So luck is when opportunity. So there's opportunity out there.
Right.
We found it. And preparation, which can mirror a little bit with the word hard work. Preparation means like we've created something that can collide with opportunity. And if you want to call that luck, go for it. But that's what luck is truly putting yourself in a position to be lucky.
That confidence or even that leap of faith that you mentioned, to me, my feeling has always been, and I shouldn't say always, but within probably the last 10 years or so, is that if you can think something in your mind or envision something in your mind, it's achievable, or else why else could you think it?
Yeah. I heard an interesting concept earlier this week. It's called the flinch. Okay. And the flinch is that feeling like if you're gonna jump into a cold pool, there's that moment right before where you kind of go,
yes.
All right, I'm gonna run now, or
right,
there's the flinch, and I think for me, like I don't remember that exact moment, but excuse me. There's the flinch, right? So you're like, all right, here we go, right? So in the flinch is when you have to make that mental decision. Am I gonna ease back into the comfort of knowing I'm gonna get a paycheck from here and live my life around that? Or was I ready to just say, here we go? Another one of my friends that's an entrepreneur, in my first 2 months said to me, it's always easy to talk about being an entrepreneur. Everyone out there has an idea of what a business they could run would be. But you have to be the one willing to go to the end of the diving board, take the flinch, and then leap and see how the landing goes.
How important is it to deliver results for the client base that you've built?
It's the most important thing that we can do. If we don't have results, we don't have clients, and if we don't have clients, there's no business. So it's a challenge, right? It's a challenge every day. Recruiting is a challenging industry that we are in because you're trying to attract quality candidates to make a very important decision, which is to move their career to a new place. And so it's tough work. You have to have the shoulders when times are hard. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, to know that even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, this is to have succeeded. And I believe we get to hopefully help hundreds of lives a year breathe easier because Rust Belt Recruiting lived. That's our success. I'm Taylor Evans. I'm the founder and president of Rust Belt Recruiting, and we are American Trades.
If you like this, please make sure to like and subscribe. And please don't forget to share with at least 6 people.